After learning that my artwork had survived my absence, I proceed to my car from the directions my super future map provided. On the way, I encounter two individuals who are working something out. I try to be careful not to eavesdrop.
What's your f***ing problem?
You think I care if I...
Normally, I make a strong effort not to eavesdrop other people's conversations, but this was a rather public exchange, and after thinking it through in my head, seems incredibly meaningful, just the kind of thing I'll think about for hours. I find my car and immediately begin looking for something pleasant to do to kickstart this world experience. Given my directive of peaceful encounters, and the fact that I'm on the west side, I find a bike race, which sounds like a legitimate endeavor. I start heading over to the mission zone, at which point I'm forced to deal with what I guess is called the traffic quandary. It has been suggested that I follow all laws known, keeping my peace and all possible peace by staying in traffic and obeying crosswalks and the like. I have decided to use the multiverse theory to at least try to explain my participation. My understanding of the multiverse suggests that all possible possibilities exist and always have. Every last one of them. Whatever is going on around me is my own universe. If I invent a universe in my head, that becomes one too, although it of course already existed. In both of these cases, I don't have control over exactly where I am, as much as I can control where I want to go. In this universe, there is no need to eat. Smoking women don't react when you wear a scary hockey mask and run up to them. Not at all. I don't seem to have the ability to use turn signals. This particular universe is a very mysterious place, the laws of which I don't really know. For this reason, I decide that instead of trying to carry over the laws of wherever I'm from into this world, I should instead try to learn what this world is by exploring it, following my previous tenets of killing no one and intentionally hurting no one else. Hypocritically violating one of the save points lessons, stick to the plan, I take a quick detour off the road to start a car race, partially because it was closer and mostly because I did not own a motorcycle or bicycle and assumed, as is the tradition of this world, I would be made to steal one. The invitation process being less than successful, my invitations falling on deaf phones at this weird hour. No one seems interested in doing a muscle cars only race with this haircut. I don't choose to quit, however, and decide to finish this job to completion. The race begins as any sort of normal one-car race might, and having decided that there was no recourse in this sub-level of Francisco's universe, I drive as quickly as I can while shooting for a top speed, perhaps beating the world record on my first try. I have a close call or two, and then I accidentally make contact with another vehicle. An accident. The fun of street racing is diffused, and as I check to see if the driver is okay, the other car pulls away, resuming normal traffic behaviors as if nothing had happened. I continue the race and it happens again, except this time the collision is much, much worse. I decide that I must try to do the right thing from my understanding of what the right thing is, talk to the driver of the other vehicle in the accident, offering to remedy the damage I had clearly caused. This task proves considerably harder than anticipated, as I am forced into what becomes an even more unsafe, high-speed pursuit, heading the wrong way, in what I'm quickly learning is a car not well geared for racing. After I perform a poorly timed brake test, the assailant gets away, and I hope that he or she at least considers a career in racing. As I began to deal with the fact that I had made several bad decisions in a row, I am presented with a tip, God sent, which reads, if your vehicle gets damaged, hold Y to respawn at the last checkpoint. An action which, given my situation, sounds like a very fortunate one. I accept it and hold Y, and only a few moments later my video capture stops without my knowledge. I actually was able to get almost to the finish line. A few seconds before hitting it, my laptop completely shut off, losing signal to the television as the battery had died. By the time I retrieved picture and consciousness, I was parked in a place I had never seen before. My car was completely repaired. It seemed as though I had been granted a second chance, another lease on life, or at least another chance on that race. I headed back to the starting point, and when I forgot to specify muscle cars, canvas became unavailable. Given this new opportunity to drive any car from the list of sports classics, I choose the Z-Type simply because it looked cool. My second round of invites successfully recruiting Goner93 until he leaves, his name not allowing for both embarrassment and irony. I assume the latter. Racing myself again, second chance style, it did not feel like the same race. It was considerably easier to see during the day, although harder to navigate with this book judged by its cover vehicle. But I committed to this race unlike the previous, consistently going the unlabeled right way in spite of any contact I came into. In this Grand Theft Auto world, there's no apparent way to resolve a dispute regarding accidental damage, nor a need, purportedly, as it seems that after crossing the finish line, cars are automatically repaired as if the race had never even happened. Finishing only a few eons behind the world record, I achieved first place and a set amount of money, and of course ranking points, inching my way closer than ever to obtaining the Balbo facial hair unlock I had been so vaguely desirous of long ago. After the race, I'm given suggestions of additional multiplayer matches to play. There are several options, the icons somewhat dissuasive. Unfortunately, as I waste my time finally deciding to not decide, a choice is chosen for me before I can leave. Delta V, some sort of sea race I fear I would likely have to steal a boat for. Unlike my previous few attempts, suddenly multiple players are interested in joining in the race, Delta V apparently being the key ingredient to a fantastic race party. As others arrive, I begin to notice that everyone is quite a few ranking point levels ahead of me, indicating more driving experience at best and more likely homicidal behavior at worst. Their levels are increasingly alarming, yet assumedly manageable until CDSCG Mr. Shadow joins in at a whopping level 289. I have absolutely no idea what that could mean, logistically or otherwise. 284 ranks my superior. My mind racing with what kind of beard a player could unlock at such a rank. I try to examine Mr. Shadow's profile, but am only presented with a write-up of myself. Out of shape, untrained, clumsy, Sunday driver are the objective titles assigned to my incomplete progress bars. Labels which seem relatively negative. I wait a few moments for the game to load Mr. Shadow's profile, at which point I realize it has become unresponsive with the timer frozen. I'm outraged until I see that I've accidentally blocked my Xbox's vents with 2 game cases, causing it to overheat. I turn it off as soon as I realize this, but on the last screen the Xbox gave me, it's apparent. My assumed lack of direction or guidance in the game has all been overshadowed by these progress bars, which in many ways make unlocking a facial hair arrangement seem much less important. I wonder if before I continue to race against myself or other players decades ahead of me in playtime and rank, I should first learn how to improve the person I am in this world, whichever world it might be.